Hello, my fellow healers. My name is Adina, and I'm that healing girl. And in this pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about the energies of the new moon in Sagittarius. And that is going to be occurring on December 19th. I think it's Friday. Um, and so, of course, the energies of Sagittarius are all about expansion and upward movement and travel and philosophy and exploring both the inner mind, the self, and the world, right? And so the new moon in Sagittarius is going to bring in these energies, and I think in very cool and expansive ways we're going to push ourselves beyond what we think we're capable of. And in Sagittarius, of course, we take risks sometimes. We're daring, we're adventurous, and but we do it with a goal of not necessarily for just the sake of risk taking, but for the sake of expanding our awareness. And this energy is going to come in this Sagittarius season. And so the new moon of Sagittarius is we're still in Sagittarius season before we move into Capricorn season on the 21st of December. And so without further ado, we have pile number one with this lovely grape amethyst. I think it's called like grape jelly amethyst. It's very rich. It's very deep color of purple. And then we have Lapis Lazuli, and then we have clear quartz crystal. So pile number 1, 2, and 3. And as if with all the readings, I say take what resonates with you, leaving the rest behind. Know you're exactly where you need to be right now in this moment. And I sincerely apologize if any of you are hearing a little bit of nasally aspect, but I do have a cold that I caught. And I'm filming this ahead of time during Mercury retrograde because I will be on my trip by the time I think I'll be just coming back from my trip. I think maybe a day or two by the time this hits. And so I'm trying to film some content ahead of time so that I can keep the information going for the subscribers. And of course, I always encourage, if you know of anybody that likes astrology content, please encourage them to subscribe. I'm a growing channel. I appreciate that you're bearing with me in all of my technical difficulties and newbie things. And other than that, I will see you in the reading. Pile number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, pile number 1 with this lovely grape jelly amethyst. You can see how rich it is. And of course, with all the crystals, I put all of the links to all of the crystals, information, and metaphysical meanings in the info box. So if you're interested in that, please check the info box. Oh, there's 2. Normally it's pile 3 that gets the extras. Okay. I am getting a picture right away. I think we're a little bit burnt out over the festivities and all of the choices that you have. And I'm also getting a vibe that some of you some of this is coming from, some of this burnt out is not necessarily coming from like the actual holiday season. I think it's coming from criticism in the friends group that you have regarding your partner. Whatever reason the friends group and your partner do not get along. Maybe they have a valid reason for that, or maybe not. But for whatever reason, it is weighing down on you. It is burdening you. And you are having to sort of, I guess, field all this energy with this King of Wands energy. I feel like you are somewhat of a mover and a shaker. Like you have influence in your friends group. And I think they're sort of like, I guess they're feeling like you could do better. And again, this is just the energy that I'm reading. Like, don't come for me. I'm not saying if anything wrong with your partner. I'm saying this is the energy that I'm feeling from a friends group. that you could do better with your partner. And yeah, they feel like you're like, you have all these things going for you. With this King of Wands energy, I think that definitely represents you. And and I think that your friends group really does look up to you. The problem is it's causing a lot of conflict because they're just not accepting that you are made the choice, for better or for worse, to be with this person. And once you make up your mind about something, it's really hard to sway. Yeah. And I think that a lot of it's coming from the fact with this King of Wands energy, you might be a person of wealth, influence, sway, connections, and that person might be kind of like not in the same socioeconomic or intellectual status. And if that's the case, I gotta say, they're being a little petty. Woman holding a coin, yes. Yes, that's you. I'm getting a female energy from this pile, but it could be a male as well. It could be a male with a very like a female energy vibe, or with like a sign that typically has more receptive energy in it, like Pisces or Cancer. Um, yeah, I'm getting that vibe. And because of that, they might be concerned that this person is taking advantage of you, but I don't think I think it's more of, for some of you it is, they're concerned about that, but for others it's a little bit of classism aspect happening, a little bit of elitism. So it says, female connection in money, health, or value. The elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright coin. When this card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. This card can signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with someone who does. This woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance, or even the possibility of new love or friendship connected to a woman of wealth or business. Yeah, I think that the people are also, they're somewhat what we call it. They're like trying to actively find a partner for you, even though you have one, and that's a little disrespectful. So you need to set some boundaries. But you also need to exercise your intuition and ask yourself what it is about your partner that they're not, that you might not be seeing as well. That's what I'm getting. Like, is there some way that you can, because I feel like these friends are really important to you and you've known them for a long time. And they're like more than friends, they're like family. So, yeah, there needs to be some work around not only your partner bridging a gap with them, but them as well. And they need to know that they're putting you in the middle of a very difficult situation. They need to just accept your relationship for good or for ill, and let you, if it's something that is not meant to be, just let the universe sort that out. Yoga, contemplation, deep breath, get centered, go within, steady, balanced, relax, take a break, inner child healing, meditate time alone, balance chakras, reflection, wellness, rest. Sorry. I am so sorry if I'm like a little bit nasally again. I have a cold, so it's saying, I feel like this is that you need time out from this group so that you can get your center. There's 4 right there, and that is the 4 corners. You need time out alone so you can get your center and get clarity. Yeah, because whatever is happening in this dynamic is throwing you off balance and off your game. Spring, new moon, the maiden, within 1 to 3 months, and then it has this Gemini, which is the full moon in Gemini. Yeah, wow. I feel like whatever it was after Mercury retrograde, it was during Mercury retrograde that you had all of these arguments and disagreements and leading up to the holiday season, and then maybe they sort of capped around Thanksgiving. And then the full moon, it released a lot of things. You saw a lot of people for who they were. This might be your partner, this might be your friends group, and now you're kind of left with the choice of what do I do. I think they're saying that things will become clear in 1 to 3 months. Like your partner, if you have any doubts about this person, whatever the case may be, if you're like, you know what, I should make an ultimatum with my friends group that if they can't accept the person I care about, then maybe they don't accept me. You know, these are all these things, and you're getting 1 to 3 months is the time it's going to take for you to sort of work these out and make a definitive decision. Because once you do, you have this King of Wands energy, and a lot of you might be Sagittarius. And once you do, or Aries, Sagittarius, Aries, yeah, Leo. Once you make the decision, it's like the gavel. You've decided, and it's a lot to sway you away from that. Use your intuition with this grape jelly amethyst. Use your intuition, meditate with amethyst, meditate and come to a decision and a consensus. And once you do, just go with whatever you decide. And then the efficacy of that decision will manifest itself in about 1 to 3 months. That's what I'm getting. And it might very well mean that some of these people that, you know, you have to put strong boundaries around, they need to be set straight about the fact that you are the one in the driver's seat of your life. You are the one making the decisions. It's not up to them, even though they care about you and they've been a huge part of your life thus far. Your happiness and your dreams and your goals are yours to pursue and yours alone. Pile number 1. Yeah, well, that is what I have for you. If it resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And since we're heading into the holidays, you can comment with a red heart, a green heart, or a Christmas tree logo. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, this lovely Lapis Lazuli. What do we have in store? Let's see. 8 of Wands. Things are moving quickly. Oh, and it's another. Wow. And this is, some of you might be drawn to pile number 1, to be honest. Because pile number 1 had that 3 of Pentacles energy. And you have a 3 of Cups energy. Yeah. Happiness. Friends. Yeah. And where the Pentacles is about building something, right? With this one, I think regarding to your friends group, what's moving fast is all the people that are not supposed to be in your life. They're just falling away. Yeah. With this 8 of Wands energy, it means you're kind of resisting that, pile number 2. And the thing that's making you resist that is all the nostalgia. I was reading I don't remember where I was reading it. I think it might have been Mark and Angel. There's like they have the list, and one of them's like the things that people wait too long to let go of. I don't remember whether it was Mark and Angel. It was one of those lists. And one of them was people who are no longer allowing your life to progress the way you want it to. People that are either holding you back in life, old friends that no longer resonate with your energy anymore, or people that you, they aren't holding you back in any way, but they're just there, right? They're not adding anything, they're not taking anything away. And maybe you feel like you're just going over their place or whatever just to like, because that's what you've always done. But the joy, the growth, the spark, the camaraderie, that has faded away. And now you're left with just the nostalgia of memories. And deep down, pile number 2, you kind of know this. And so I'm not getting like, this isn't like a mean separation. This isn't a swords energy, right? I'm not to say that swords is mean, but it's definitely more harsh, right? This isn't like that kind of energy where you're just cutting someone off. It's merely that you're drifting apart. And the reason why you're drifting apart is because you guys no longer resonate, or you're on different growth paths or different growth trajectories, and maybe you will come back together again in the future once you've both done some growing and you'll kind of meet again. But right now, the relationships that are stagnant or that are blocking you, they're ready to fall away. Yeah. And the message from the universe is to go with the flow. Is to, if the relationships are going to stay, they stay. If they're going to go, they go. And what is happening, the benefit that you're getting from this is transformation. The habits, the things that you want to support are not there. The energy is not there. The things the habits that are going to support your growth, let's put it that way. The habits that are going to support your growth in life. Some of the people in your friends group, it's not that they're doing anything to stop you from doing that, but they're not actually fostering you or putting energy. How would I say this? The energy that they're giving off is not encouraging your growth. And because of that, you're stagnating each other when you could be growing separate of each other. You could be going on to your own paths. It doesn't mean I don't get like it's going to be a huge cutting off, but it's just going to be that person drifts further and further out of your main sphere of people that you go to. Yeah. Oops. Dropped the card. Hang on. Train. Oh, look at that. Train. Moving on. Life's journey, new endeavor, going away one direction, one track, focus on time, keep going forward, going with the flow, inflexible, steady climb, no resistance. Don't just let this is Gemini. It's happening during the full moon, and 6 is the number of connection and community. It's happening during the full moon in Gemini. Yeah, that was like Mercury retrograde was the start of you noticing that some of friends were just kind of like there, but not helping you grow. They were taking up time, energy, space, and it felt stagnant or blocked. And then the full moon is when you're decided, like you really start to feel the pull to release some of these connections that were not beneficial anymore. But you're still kind of fighting that because you're very loyal, pile number 2, and you feel like it's giving up. You feel like it's failing. It's not failing. It's transforming. It's change. A change is scary, right? Patience, and this came in reverse, but I'm going to turn it up so you can read it. And let's read that. Yeah, it's the energy deck, and I'll list the decks, of course, and all the crystal meanings in the info box below. Patience, letting go, peaceful presence, letting go of desperation. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it is time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on only one option. You think this one solution to satisfy your need or make you happy. You are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you are aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. Reverse. Peaceful redirection is the message. When the card is reversed, open up to the options available to you, even if they aren't yet totally clear. The universe supports you when you allow its influence to help direct your outcomes, and when you open your imagination to all the potential solutions around you. The key is to keep moving forward without the frantic need or urgency. Don't give up on your goal. Initiation and renewed action are needed now. So keep an open eye to new and unexpected opportunities around you. You may be surprised by where they lead. The affirmation: I pursue my goals with open receptivity. I am patient and flexible, willing to receive in many surprising and imaginative ways. Yes, there are goals and things that you want to do. And I think you might be not getting the support with the current friends group. They might not actively support you. They might not actively talk against it, but they might not be encouraging you either. They might be sort of dragging down on you, or they might be kind of making little passive aggressive comments like, oh, you really think you can do that, or whatever. And I think the message of this card of letting go and going with the flow as well, and it's interesting that this is a winter being, so this is going to happen very quickly. Some of you might be very, very drawn to pile number one. But yeah, this message of patience is and redirecting is about releasing the grip, the control that you have on, oh my God, like my life isn't going to be as happy if I don't have this group of friends that made me super happy in the past. If you just let what's going to be, and let what's going to leave, you'll open up the door for new opportunities, for new relationships and new friendships to flow in. That will be much more supportive to where you are right now in your life's journey, pile number 2. And if you do use crystal, Lapis Lazuli is a great third eye opener. It will definitely show you the way. It'll open up your intuition. It'll open up your third eye so that you can not only envision your life as you dreamed it, but you can kind of use discernment to see who belongs inside of that picture of that dream and who doesn't. Well, that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and comment below with the red heart, green heart emoji, or a Christmas tree. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, pile number 3 with this lovely clear quartz. I got this clear quartz in Alaska at a mine. They had different types of crystals they mined there, as well as gold. And it was an old gold mine that had been shut down. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. In reverse, you are growing. I feel like an idea for making money. The Six of Wands, you will be getting recognition, but it'll either be sort of like the quiet recognition of achievement, sort of like the self-satisfaction of a job well done, or it'll be a recognition that doesn't come quickly. It'll grow slowly with a very Taurus energy vibe to it. The thing that's blocking you from your goal, yeah, and I think this, the goal, because it's with this Ace of Cups, the goal is probably emotional in nature. Maybe it's you want to bring in a new relationship, or you want to bring in some kind of artistic endeavor. Like maybe you work a regular 9 to 5 and you want to, I don't know, take up an instrument or start learning how to paint or doing pottery or something. And maybe you've done that and now you're trying to take that and drive it into something that you were doing something with, like maybe an Etsy store, or maybe if you do painting, maybe you want to have like an artistic sort of expressing your emotions through art type of workshop or something like that. Something very tangible that could bring in money. And with this Nine of Discs in upright, it does have a huge potential for that, and it will happen. The thing that you have to get over is this Five of Cups energy, which is like, I feel like a lot of you are starting later in life, to be honest. And I mean much later. It might be anywhere from like mid 30s all the way to like 60s. And now you're doing this artistic creative thing. Maybe it's writing a book or whatever, or starting a writing group, or maybe you're starting a garden co-op, anything like that, and or knitting a collaborative knitting circle, or any kind of community. Maybe you're going into social justice movements, or but it's something that you thought you should have been doing when you were younger, and now you're feeling very discouraged, like I've wasted all this time, and just maybe even procrastinating, or maybe you just didn't think you could do it and now you finally do have the confidence, or maybe your life wasn't at a point financially where you could even do anything like that, or you didn't have the luxury to do it, right? And now you've established enough financial stability to where you can pursue these outside projects and dreams, but now you're like, I'm so much older, right? And I would say don't let that get in the way. Do pursue this journey, or if it might be with a relationship too, right? You're like, I want to start getting this relationship, but I would have been my 40s, 50s, or 60s, and I'm in a place where I could get a great relationship now. I'm stable, I'm this, I'm that, and I feel like I'm a good catch, but maybe I'm too old, right? That's going through your head. This is just social conditioning. I really do believe that there is somebody out there for everybody, and that you can attract that person towards you with positive intentions and positive growth. But one of the things that you have to do is let go of old hurts and wounds, pile number 3, and let go of old regrets and old sort of like guilts or shames or things like that for not doing it sooner, for not accomplishing it sooner. Release that, let it go. Live in the now, live in the present. Happening now, look at that. The situation or event in question is occurring right now. So with 5, if 5 is the number of change, oh yeah. And some of you might want to go back to pile number 2, because that had a train in it too. And I think some of you, the reason why you think like, oh, I'm too old for all this, is your friends group and the people around you that might be of a similar age are telling you that. But really, they're just like, either they've been conditioned by society, or they might be a little jealous that you have the wherewithal to do this, and maybe they don't right now, right? So trust your intuition. Go with what you, and look, there's a couple on here. I think a lot of you want a relationship, but you don't. You're like, man, I shouldn't pursue this. Or maybe you want a type of relationship. Like maybe you're like in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you were monogamous your whole life, and you're like, I think I would consider poly. But then you're like, but this is not something that you do when you're like 25. You're finding yourself. I have news for you, pile number 3. You're always finding yourself. You're constantly on this journey, on this train of life. And look, there's happiness ahead for you. This is occurring right now. I think the new moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is all about adventure and exploration. The new moon in Sagittarius energy is encouraging you to take that, candle, that, and light it, make a wish, and blow it out. Particularly, if it's your birthday, Sagittarius has the energy of adventurism, and we never lose that. Even when we are like well up in years, we always keep that explorative vibe about us. And so I think that you want to borrow some of that Sagittarian energy, no matter what sign you are, and look forward to this 5 change, and then 5 and 5, yeah. Change the way that you see your life. Yes, you can't get those years back, but guess what? You are in the here and now, and you have years ahead as well, right? Even if it's just a few years. You have years ahead of yourself. Just think about how much joy and fulfillment that you can even encapsulate into 1 year, right? What's coming up for me is, I can't remember what it was. I think it's called Lessons of Dying, Lessons for the Dying. I will find the book, but it's this nurse, and she kind of like interviews people who are at the end of their life and the things they wish. And one of the number one things is that they never went after the things they wanted to go after. So don't let that be a regret. No matter where you are, no matter if you're 20 or no matter if you're 75 or 80, go after what it is that you really want to achieve. This is a reverse, but I'll turn it up this way so you can see the picture. And 19, oh my gosh, 19 is literally when the new moon in Sagittarius occurs. You have not been resting well. You've been sort of burnt out as well. And that might be kind of skewing your viewpoint and not allowing you to kind of think about where you want to be in your life because you're so busy working, hustling, or doing things. The message is to slow down and decide what it is you really want. Rest and rejuvenation, relaxation, and meditation. Upright, this card shows a man in a meditative and tranquil state. The message here is it's time to relax. You may have been busy lately. You should soon be finding more time to just let go. When you do, allow yourself to go within and open up to the peace and wisdom that are vibrating there. This card, upright, indicates that there should be more leisure time for you now, and more of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking, so make it a priority. Your connection to spirit brings assistance, but it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation. Now is a great time to make sure you insert this gentle activity into your life. In many ways, this is far more productive than unceasing action. When reversed, the card can portend a time of bustling activity and seemingly unending business. You may be required to take more action concerning your project or situation. Allow yourself to do what's needed, but there's always remember to schedule some leisure time for yourself. When you hurry through life without a break, it fragments your energy and creates an abrasive life force, causing potential frustration in all sorts of ways. Be careful not to let endless tasks take you away from yourself. The have-to items on your list may be calling you, but this card's reverse is telling you take the time to meditate, rest, and relax. I make the affirmation as I make relaxation a part of my daily life. Peace and quiet bring me clarity and joy. Yeah. So know that this time of busyness is telling you to definitely get activated, to do what it is that you're setting out to do towards your goal. Don't let regret or anything get in the way of that. Keep working towards what it is you want, no matter where you are on your journey or what age you are. But do schedule in this time for rest, relaxation, and rejuvenation. And I think, look at this. If you look at this, the person almost looks identical. We'll put this one here, and then we'll put this one here. Doesn't that person almost look identical? So I think that for the people who are looking for somebody, or if you're not, even if you're just doing a creative project or whatever, you will find, I think, another person. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friendship soulmate that really enjoys doing what it is that you do. And they will help you find that time to be just engaged in whatever your passion is, right? And they will find that time to rest and center yourself. And they will show you a balance because they live their life with moments of rest built into it. And you might live your life in sort of this unceasing busyness, and they will bring some balance and center to you. I do see a person coming in for you, regardless of whether it's romantic or not. And it's like trains coming, two trains coming towards each other. You stop, you get off, and then you meet in that intersection journey that is life. That's what I'm seeing for you. And if it's romance that you want, you meet with that intention. But if it's, working on a creative project or starting a hobby, I see you finding somebody to share that joy with. A really deep friendship could develop from a shared passion. Pile number 3. What a beautiful thing. You're going to get clarity. You might need to use clear quartz to get that clarity on your journey ahead. And that is what I have for you. If it resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and comment below. comment below with a red heart, a green heart, or a Christmas tree emoji. And I will see you in the next one, pile number 3. Beautiful reading. Bye.